What if all you had to do to plan your wedding was simply show up with your marriage license? At Simply Eloped, your dedicated planner takes care of every detail so you don't have to. They've helped over 14,000 couples say I do across 37 epic US locations with all-inclusive packages and 700 plus incredible vendors. From a Hobbit-themed wedding in a state park to an intimate ceremony on a sandy beach at sunset, make it your kind of wedding. Start your big day at simplyeloped.com. That's simplyeloped.com.
Need a last-minute gift for that animal lover in your life? Well, the Cat Adoption Team, also known as CAT, has the perfect gift for cat lovers this holiday season. Their 2026 Cat Calendar showcases a different feline photo each month. All of the featured cats and kittens were adopted from CAT. Plus, your purchase supports CAT's programs and services for cats, kittens, and people in our community. To purchase this $20 2026 Cat Calendar, visit catadoptionteam.org/cat calendar. Love cats, do good, support local. Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about all of our top picks for the month of January, from food to entertainment and everything in between. Joining host Claudia Meza on today's show are the show's producers, me and Julia Fiaioni. It's Friday, January 2nd. I'm executive producer John Notarianni, and this is what Portland's talking about.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, happy January. I can't believe we're already here.
Some would say that we're not.
Some would say that we're recording this in the middle of December before the break. Some would say.
Yeah, I cannot believe we made it to January. It's officially 3 years of us doing the show.
Woo, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
For those of you new to the show, our monthly guides are something we started doing to feel a bit more connected to what's happening all around us, because it's so easy to get stuck in your everyday routine and miss out on all the cool stuff. So hopefully after you listen to today's show, you're going to walk away with some new ideas for how to have the best January possible. And let me set up some tension here. It's officially winter. We have 3 more months of this until spring. So for all the new Portlanders who have yet to go through their big dark, here are some starter picks for staying active through the winter. That was my thinking, by the way. I didn't share it with you guys, but I just figured that's what we would be doing.
So you're like, so don't disappoint me.
So I hope that whatever you picked is great.
I'll do my best.
Who wants to start?
I can go first. I mean, and I'm picking something that I think is actually one of the best things about this time of year and about this region, which is going snowboarding. Hey guys, we live next door to a mountain. And, you know, I am certain that by the time that this gets in front of our audience, there's going to be snow on that there mountain and the slopes are going to be open. Usually ski season opens in December. We're obviously been running a little bit late this year. This isn't unprecedented, though. It turns out back in 2021, 2022, it wasn't until January 5th that there was enough snow to get up to the mountain.
That.
Julie,
Yeah.
you remember the
Yeah.
no snow of 22?
I do. It was memorable.
But yeah, I mean, it is one of my absolute favorite things to do. I mean, getting out there and being on the mountains is just such a delight. And taking advantage of our snowing and ski boarding is just so special. It's something that I look forward to all year. It is an interesting year because prices are going up because of some liability lawsuits. Did you guys hear about this?
Okay,
No.
no. I know nothing of what's happening in the mountain.
Okay, so basically there was an Oregon Supreme Court ruling about a decade ago over liability waivers. And because of this, insurance costs at the mountains are going way up. So lift tickets are going way up. At Timberline, which is where I prefer to go, it's my fave spot, like on a peak day, which is one of the days when they're expecting the biggest crowds, a lift ticket can be $170 this year.
For just one day?
Just one day.
A single day.
A single day. I mean,
Oh my God.
all of the different resorts, the prices do sort of fluctuate dynamically. Mount Hood Meadows actually uses the most dynamic pricing. So their tickets can range from $69 up to $169, depending on like how busy they're expecting it to be that day.
Okay, I thought it was like how you want to get up that mountain.
Depending on if you want to use the lift or if you want to hike up yourself.
They're like, we have a really fast dog you hold on to.
You know, last time I went skiing, which was actually the first time I went skiing in Portland last winter, I didn't hike up the mountain, but I did hike down because I definitely overshot my skill set. And I hadn't gone in like 10 years.
Because you got up there and you're like, I am not going to make it down
no.
on these little sticks.
Oh, yeah. I made one really hard fall on my shoulder and hurt a crack. And I was like, oh, we're taking these skis off and we're walking down this mountain.
No.
It was terrible. I still had a lot of fun. I just really was having too much fun is what happened. But
Yeah. I do want to shout out, though, that you could still go to the mountain and have a lovely day and not pay the fee of having to go up a mountain. You can go snowshoeing. John took us cross-country skiing. It's now my new obsession. And it's so much
Yeah.
fun. And you pay for a snow park like pass, to go around. But like, I just feel like people get like, oh, I'm not a skier. I'm not a snowboarder. I'm not going to go to the mountain. But the big reason people go to the mountain is because the sun's there, you guys. You get past the rain and you have these gorgeous days. And it's so beautiful. And if you just dress for the weather, you're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
You can have a nice little hike. You can go to Timberline and have a drink or some food. It's just so much fun up there. So
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully just make sure that, you know how to get there with your car or take a bus. There's a bus that goes up there. So that's really cool too. What about you, Julia?
So I'm taking things back indoors. This is a really simple pick, but it has been my obsession the past couple months. So I'm talking about the new Portland themed Monopoly game. And this is like an official version. It's not someone's like version of that they made in their basement just because they're bored. This is like legit. So this actually comes from some reporting by Lizzie Acker at The Argonian. We've had her on the show a couple times. And the game just came out, but it is the first official version of its kind. The reason why I've been thinking about it a lot lately is that I've also been watching the show Portlandia. And this is my first watch through. And I feel like there's something uniquely comforting about watching or consuming Portland content, themed things, games when you're living in Portland, more than any other city I've ever lived in.
Mm-mm.
Why is that?
I don't know what it is. I think it's because like the creators of a lot of this content just kind of nail it. And it feels like you're watching like, I don't know, reading your own journal, watching a debrief of the day you just had. And there's something really meditative about it. And thinking about there being a Monopoly game that kind of mirrors that same qualities really gets me excited. And I feel like it's kind of right where I want to be for this like never-ending winter season.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that's crazy about this, and I just didn't know how much was involved in making a game like this, but the creators of this version of the game received like thousands of emails with recommendations of places that should be on the board. And if you're a chosen business that is given the opportunity to be on it, you actually have to pay a fee to secure your spot. But what was cool too is that one of the makers of the game visited Portland to make those final decisions because he wanted it to be as authentic as possible. And I have a list of all the things that are on the board. And I wanted to give you guys a chance at guessing what you think is on the board before I tell you what the list is. Think about what classic Portland business or organization or place would be on the board. Give me two guesses. Who wants to go first?
So it is like businesses and buildings. It's not like streets. It's not like
Not streets, businesses, buildings, organizations, things like that.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall and Big Pink.
Neither, but I
What?
like where your mind's going. I know. This is
Okay.
why I'm turning this into a game because I was like, yes, but no, the whole
Okay,
time I was
okay.
looking at this list.
I would guess the zoo because like it's the zoo and literally any bridge.
You got the zoo.
No bridges?
I'm surprised you guessed that. No bridges.
I would guess the zoo just because it's like when you said they would pay, I'm like
Yeah.
the zoo would pay to get in here.
Yeah. Okay, can I read you this list?
Yeah.
Portland Rose Festival, Portland Nursery, Oaks Amusement Park,
Mhm.
Oregon Zoo, Portland Spirit, Elephant's Delicatessen, Old Market Pub and Brewery, Hotel Lucia, the Benson Hotel, the Nines Hotel, Darcel's, Chown Hardware, Movie Madness, Hollywood Theater, World Forestry Center, Portland Japanese Garden, Powell's Books, and Huber's Cafe. Claudia, I thought you were going to guess Huber's.
Oh, I should have. But I guess I'm thinking of just like classic Monopoly. And it's,
I know, it's a really strange list.
to be honest, this kind of bums me out. Like, I get why it's cute.
Oh, yeah.
But it feels a little, I don't know, what's the word? Like advertising in a way where I'm like, but I want to own the bridges.
I know, it feels real, which is why I think it's like,
Yeah.
that's Monopoly.
They're dreaming too small for Monopoly man Claudia Meza.
Like, I'm just like, why would I want Elephant Delicatessen?
I think it's a controversial list. You know, I want to hear what listeners think should be on the board. So if you have ideas, please write us in, portland@citycast.fm. I feel like this is an interesting argument to be made here because it's like, you know what? They're really capturing the spirit of Monopoly, but also I could think of a thousand other ideas that could go on the board.
Well, my pick, you guys. So usually during January, OMSI has a Studio Ghibli festival where they show all the major films from Japanese animation house, Studio Ghibli. Some people have heard it as Studio Ghibli.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that the people who actually work at the studio say Ghibli, so that's why we say Ghibli. So anyhow, OMSI is having their yearly Studio Ghibli Festival starting on January 16th and going through March 2nd. You should definitely check that out. But what I wanted to highlight specifically was their Real Eats Spirited Away event. So I did this a few years ago. So for $36, you get to see Spirited Away on the largest screen in Portland with the best sound system. And then you get a tray of bites that coincide with what's happening on screen. It's like a really fun series. They recently did Wicked. They've done it for a bunch of other movies like Get Out, which I was like, what are you eating? Get Out. I mean, I guess you're drinking tea, but like, what else? I was trying to think of food and I was like, I don't think I want to eat anything during Get Out. But they also did
That's so funny.
School of Rock and Dirty Dancing. They're just like, it's a thing they do. I wanted it to be on your radar because they appear to do enough of them that they might do another one this season. But they do not accommodate any dietary restrictions. So if you do have any and you want to go, I would just contact them ahead to see what's on the menu, which I'm pretty sure they could share with you. But I don't know. Have you guys done anything like this?
No.
I haven't. I'm guessing that this is the sort of thing where you like actually get your food before you go into the film.
Yes.
And the reason I say this is because that OMSI theater is incredible, but the stairs are so steep.
Yeah.
For a moment, I had this imagination of some poor server trying to like bring
up and
food
down
into
and
that
up and
theater
down.
and just being terrified.
No,
for
no,
their
you
life.
get a tray of like all these snacks
Yeah.
and you like kind of have a sense of when you're supposed to eat these things. I forget if it's in the tray or whatever, or something comes on the screen. I forgot. But
That's so cute.
it was so much fun. I remember that there's this one scene where it's like these little dust bunnies and they literally made a little dessert that looked just like it. And I was just like,
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
so excited about eating that.
This sounds really
That is
delightful.
so
This sounds
special.
super fun.
It's happening January 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. At the time of this taping, there are tickets still available for both days, but it does sell out. So just a heads up on that.
Mm.
But yeah,
Sweet.
that is my pick.
Very cool.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. But let's take a quick break here. When we come back, what we're eating or drinking in January.
When the unexpected happens, a serious injury, a catastrophic crash, or even a wrongful death, the impact isn't just personal. It can affect families, neighborhoods, and the safety of our entire community. In those moments, you deserve more than legal help. You deserve advocates committed to making Portland safer for everyone. At Diamore Law Group, you're not just getting a lawyer. You're getting a trial team led by veteran attorney Tom Diamore, who has spent over 30 years holding corporations, negligent drivers, and unsafe institutions accountable. From investigating what went wrong to bringing in experts and taking cases all the way to trial, they do the work it takes to protect their clients and prevent the next tragedy. And you don't pay unless they win. Contact Diamore Law Group at 503-222-6333 or visit Diamore Law to schedule a free consultation. They're here to stand up for individuals and for a safer Portland.
So, what are you guys hoping to eat or drink? What are your top picks for January?
Okay, so this place has been on my mind lately, specifically because we just last month re-aired our breakfast sandwiches conversation that we had that was quite popular. So my mind's back on breakfast sandwiches. Sometimes I'll make them myself at home. Other times I want to be wowed by a sandwich outside of the home. But this is the Filipino cafe bakery in Palahurst, Gilbert, called Balong. And it was on the Argonian's 10 best new restaurants of 2025 list. And our newsletter editor, Rachel, actually put me onto this list because she wrote about it. This was opened up not too long ago by Justin Dowes, who is the same person behind Eggslut in Los Angeles, which I remember when I lived there, always was busy, like lying down the block, very popular spot. And what they're known for are their breakfast sandwiches. And the way that they describe it is fried egg, melted cheese, and a choice of bacon or house longanisa sausage on a subtly sweet house-baked pan de sal roll. Even better with an extra smear of roasted tomato aioli, and best with a side of those unfathomably crunchy hash browns, which is amazing. So this is a spot I haven't gone to yet, but I love that neighborhood too, just to go on a weekend morning and pop around in those little shops and hit a couple of bars in the afternoon. It's open from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday on Southeast 82nd. So this is just a place I'm really excited to try this month.
You haven't tried it yet?
No, I feel like it's really going to give me another category of breakfast sandwich, which I am always so excited about because it seems like they make theirs a little bit different.
Normally I'd be like, you haven't tried it. I don't know if I trust it. But like people love this place and like it's
Yes.
really good.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I'm looking at the Instagram right now and just looking even at the photos. I'm like, that is the correct bread.
Right?
I want to eat that bread. It looks like
Yes.
it's pillowy, but like maybe even has a little bit of crunch to it. I am so sold on this.
Yeah. This is going to be a refresh to my breakfast sandwich list in the new year to see what my new top spots will be. Because there's a few places that I know that are really popular that I haven't tried. So this might be another go-to spot for me.
Oh, awesome. What about you, John?
Well, it's January, and I know that a lot of people are taking a step out for dry January, laying off the booze this time of year. So I thought I'd give a little bit of a primer. My partner doesn't drink, and I've been drinking way, way less over the last couple months of 2025. So I've got some ideas about cocktails and like other things that you can drink and enjoy when you're out in the city, but trying to stay off of the booze.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through a couple different things. First, I'm going to talk about cocktails. There's an extraordinary amount of great non-alcoholic cocktails in Portland right now. If you're looking for something, I would say overall, think about it more like cooking. Like look for interesting flavors. Look for places that are using flavors of things that you're like, ooh, that sounds really good, as opposed to just like fruit juices and stuff. A lot of times like Amaro-based or sort of like bitter liqueur-based NA drinks can work a lot better than something that's trying to replicate like a whiskey or a spirit. But there's a lot of places that are doing really great stuff. Susil, the Gregory Gourdet bar underneath Cannes. Gourdet is well known for his sobriety, and they've got a really, really banging list of non-alcoholic drinks, sort of playing off of the same flavors that they use in their restaurant, right? So the one that really caught my eye is the G Tamaren, which is using non-alcoholic agave-inspired kind of like almost tequila-like spirit, along with tamarind and jerk spice and lime. I would also say check out Hele Pele, which is that tiki bar. But like this is the perfect place to get an NA drink because there's already so many like sort of spiced and like juice and like interesting flavors that go into tiki style drinks that you can get really great cocktails that are really interesting flavors, but without alcohol. I will say though, my favorite place for NA drinks in town is probably not somewhere that anyone thinks of as being like a big hot spot for non-alcoholic drinks, which is Guero, the torta place.
Güero? Really?
Guero. Yeah. They've got a couple drinks on the menu that balance these sort of like bitter non-alcoholic Amaros with fruit flavors that are like hands down my favorite drinks.
Ooh.
I actually went there recently. They have this drink called the Sombria, which is a Pathfinder non-alcoholic spirit with
That's so
Lapsang
cool.
Souchong's tea, sea salt bitters,
Ooh, smoky.
grapefruit, guava, hibiscus, lime, and Topo Chico. Like
Damn.
I will drink this all day, no matter what. It
Ooh.
is just like the most perfectly balanced drink.
It sounds like they're trying to make a bit of mezcal. Like
Yeah.
get that smokiness in there.
Yeah, exactly. It is so good. It is like both sweet and sour and bitter and refreshing and all at once. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. I've noticed that NA really has nailed bitters.
Mhm.
So the best NA cocktail I've had was a fake Negroni. It was
Exactly.
so good. I mean, of course you can kind of tell the difference, but I'm like, I don't care. It's still hitting,
Mhm.
you know? And it's because I think what happens with an NA cocktail is that like sharpness or that complexity that comes with alcohol, the burn in a sense, goes
Mhm.
away. And so then you're just left with a lot of fruit or sugar, you know,
Yeah.
in a
Mhm.
cocktail. But with the bitters, it really does balance that out.
100%. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm.
The only other thing I'd say, real quick, non-alcoholic wine. I think non-alcoholic wine gets a bad reputation. And I will say, like, non-alcoholic red wine usually doesn't work. But if you go for something that is like white or sparkling, there's some really great non-alcoholic wines out there that actually give you that same sort of like complexity. And again, Claudia, the sort of effervescence of the sparkle can help replace a little bit of that bite that you're used to with alcohol.
Mhm.
The place that I always look to toward for non-alcoholic wine is actually OK Omens.
Mm.
Oh
They are
my
a wine
gosh.
bar, but they always have at least one really beautiful, like non-alcoholic, often sparkling wine on the menu that is like super duper good. So if you want
Yeah.
a glass of wine, you don't want to hit the booze, check them out.
I would say most wine bars are really bringing it with their non-alcoholic wine offerings because
Mhm.
they are known for good wine. So they're not going to just have some piece of crap wine.
Yeah, I've gotten some really great bottles of NA wine from Living Room Wines
Mhm.
up on Lombard. They're doing a really nice job too.
Nice. Well, that's great. I love it. So you're doing, I'm assuming, dry January.
I'm doing dry-ish January. I might have a cocktail here and there, but yeah, for the most part, staying dry.
Cool. So my pick is trying to solve one of the issues I have in the winter, which is getting out of bed at a decent time during the weekend. Because if I don't have set plans, like if I'm like not going to the mountain, if I'm not doing this or whatever, it's hard for me to get excited about the day when it's overcast and rainy.
Yeah.
It just is. I know some people really thrive in it. I do not. So my hack is brunch. Like when you're not when you don't have a big adventure plan, just plan brunch. And for those of you who haven't tried it out yet, I highly recommend RJ Skillets on Northeast Alberta. They're like a Oaxacan Mexican restaurant that just does breakfast and lunch and pretty much brunch all day. They're usually open all week from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I think except on Monday when they open up at 10 a.m. They might have my favorite pancake in town. I
Oh.
really love pancakes and waffles, you guys. I do. I
Mhm.
love them. And it's really hard for me to find a good pancake because sometimes they're just too rubbery, they're too bready, there's so whatever. There's something about their pancake, and I just think they nailed it. I was there not too long ago, and I don't know why I decided to do this. I hate mole, and I'm kind of lactose intolerant, but I still ordered mole enchiladas.
Claudia's going hard.
So like after scraping, I don't know why I did. Sometimes I want to get wild. I'm like, what if this place is the place I decide I like mole in? And like after I ordered this, I was like, it's not. So let me just tell you, I ordered wrong. And I had like cheese to one side, mole scraped off. And then I saw all these like beautiful little hash skillets, like mini sizzling fajita pans, but it was like hash browns and like, on top there was just like an egg and like all these beautiful salsas. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, that's what I should have gotten. So anyhow, if you love mole and cheese, their enchiladas were great. I still ate like almost all of it except for the stuff, the mole and the cheese. But it was so good because I got it with veggies and the veggies were amazing. And of course, eggs. What are you laughing at?
I was just going to say, hot tip, don't order things that don't work for your
I
stomach.
just-
But other than that, delicious.
Sometimes I just do this in new restaurants from like, maybe you will change my life. And I'm like, no, guys, don't. Just order the things you like. But I will say the pancakes saved it. I still had a wonderful time and I can't wait to go back. So RJ Skillets for the win.
No, this place looks amazing. And this is
Yeah,
the second
holy
month in a
crap.
row that one of you have turned me on to a new place on Alberta that I hadn't heard of.
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh,
like,
this is
why,
on
why did I
Alberta?
miss this? Why have I not
What?
been here yet?
Whoa.
Northeast Alberta.
God,
They're
they have so
Oaxacan
many
though.
things,
So
too.
for all my norteños out there, Mexicans would know it's black beans, not pinto. Which also I was like, maybe I'll like black beans this time. And I'm like, no, I don't. So
I think I'm a black bean gal, so this looks
for
like
you.
it's like right.
good for you.
But I have to know, John, are you a waffle guy or a pancake guy? Because it sounds like Claudia's both.
Oh,
But do you have a hard side either way?
I'm generally like not a sweet breakfast person.
Oh, okay.
And when I am, I'm a French toast guy.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
the right answer. That is the
I'm
right
a French
answer.
toast gal too. If there's a bunch of us for brunch, I always get whatever is like the fun sweet thing for the table. That's what you do. That's how you do
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break here. When we come back, our hacks for the month of January. All right, you guys. January. What are your hacks? Who wants to go first?
I'm happy to go first, and I'm doubling back to talking about the mountain, specifically getting to the mountain. Being out in the snow is wonderful, but like, let's be real, it can be kind of dicey driving up there, and it can be scary, potentially even dangerous if you don't have the right gear for your car. I think I've talked in the past about getting like snow chains or potentially snow socks for your car. A really, really great idea. Everybody should have those sitting in their trunk if they're going to be driving in the snow this winter. But if you want to go a little bit harder, if you're already at the stage where you're going to the mountain pretty regularly in the winter and you want to up your game, I think that it is time to start thinking about studded snow tires. I recently picked up a set of studded snow tires, and everyone says they make such a huge difference. Like, think about the difference of like walking with like a rubber boot on ice versus crampons. A lot of what happens on the roads when you're getting up onto the mountain is that even if the snow has been cleared away, there's sort of a layer of ice because it keeps like thawing and freezing and thawing and refreezing. So having those studded tires can really make a huge difference on your car. This might be a tip for people who are sort of in like a 2-car household and can have like a dedicated winter car, because if you do just drive around with them on pavement all winter, it's not great for the roads. But if you have the opportunity to do it, they can be kind of expensive. I went the route, did a ton of research, and actually got a pair of used tires. Because you think about it, there's a lot of people that will, like me, use them maybe like a couple times a year. And then if you get a new car for whatever reason, you need to get rid of them. So you can actually get used snow tires in pretty good condition if you hunt right. Like I said, I spent a lot of time looking into it. Here's a couple things to check out before you do it. One, make sure you get the right size. All car tires have different sizes. Double check it, triple check it. You can check the tread depth on a set of tires that you're looking to buy. You can do it with a penny. Obviously, you want to have enough tread on this tire because you're getting it just for grip. Also, it's really important to pay attention to the age of a tire. I didn't know this, but like, you think about it, like rubber just degrades over time. So you do want to get a set of tires that is relatively new. They're saying anything more than 6 years old is kind of a no-no. And you can check the age of the tire because there is a Department of Transportation code on the side of it that says when it was made, right? So like a tire might say 3522. That means it was made in the 35th week of 2022.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a cool tip. I didn't know that was a thing. So check the age, check the tread depth, and of course, just inspect the tires themselves. Make sure there's nothing screwed up about them. You know, they're out there. I just picked up a set off of Facebook Marketplace that was like less than half the price of buying them new. And it is going to make such a difference driving up the mountain and keep you safe all winter.
Cool. Yeah, I also heard that it's a good thing to bring kitty litter. I don't know if that's like outdated info, but somebody was like, yeah, bring kitty litter. Because like if you don't have these tires, you might need the kitty litter for traction.
Kitty litter would work if you like get stuck in the snow. Like if you're driving in active snow, kitty litter can give you that traction. But like for me, I'm less worried about getting stuck in the snow because I'm usually driving between point A and point B. It's just about traction on the roads themselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Julia?
Okay, so this is piggybacking off of John's NA tips for the month. So I've been thinking a lot about late night coffee spots as an alternative to going out for drinks. And this was also inspired by some news I heard from a friend of mine, Savannah Rose, who runs Rose City Coffee. And they just went 24 hours. This is their location on Southeast Milwaukee, right near the Aladdin Theater.
Wow.
And they are straight up open 24 hours. They also serve food really late. And that's another spot that has pretty awesome breakfast sandwiches. But this spot is huge. It's almost like this big warehouse. And there's a big like work study vibe there. Lots of tables and booths. And it's really like such a great environment to go and just grab a coffee. If you're in the neighborhood, you just went to a show and you don't want to end the night, but you're not looking to go get drinks. So that's a number one for me in terms of late night spots. This next one is a personal favorite of mine. I talk about it a ton on the show, Dear Sandy. It's on Northeast Sandy, open from 8 a.m. to midnight, and they serve coffee all night. And this is more of like a date bar environment. Like it kind of like they dim the lights at night and the music gets louder. I've worked there pretty late, but it's not like a full on like study focus mode environment. This is more a place you want to go with a group of friends and hang out. And they have all these different like late night snacks that kind of resemble like the whole like girl dinner idea, where it's like tinned fish and some crackers and it's all awesome. The next one is one that I would recommend for folks who are not drinking age yet, that maybe want to go with, say, their parents that are doing dry January. This is Rimsky's. Everybody knows Rimsky's.
Mhm.
The full title of the place is Rimsky Corsa Coffee House, however you pronounce it. But if you look up Rimsky's Portland, it'll pop up right away on Southeast 12th. They're open from 7 p.m. to midnight, so they are exclusively a late night coffee spot. But this place is really funny. It's claimed to be haunted, and you'll see if you go why that's the case. But it's in this big old like wooden mansion, lots of like quirky decorations on the walls, dimly lit. If you go to the bathroom, that's also another tip I'll pass along to you. There's a surprise waiting in there for you, but it feels like an adventure. It feels like an escape from just the bitter winter cold outside. It's definitely a spot I like to go to most during this time of year.
Yeah.
And then my last spot is also on Southeast 12th, and they're open from 7 a.m. to midnight most days. And this is Workers Tap. And this is kind of a funny alternative to the converted mansion home coffee spot, because it's the same, but it is not a spot for minors. It's very much like workers union oriented. It's a classic Portland destination in terms of like, if you're in a community group and you're doing any sort of organizing, this is definitely a spot you'll see people hosting a lot of meetings. But they do coffee very, very late, alongside the fact that they have 20 different taps rotating. So if you're going with a friend that's doing NA and you're not, there's a nice little middle ground here. And the last time I was there, if you want to do a mix of the two, this was a recommendation from my partner. I've never done this before, and it's kind of silly, but I'm also kind of obsessed with it. I love drinking dark beer in the wintertime because it's extremely cozy. We got 2 pints of Guinness, one each, and 2 shots of espresso. You take a big swig of the Guinness. Some would say try to split the G, and then you throw the shot of espresso in the Guinness, and that becomes your like wintry, amazing, bitter, sweet drink. It blew me away. So if you're going there trying to do both, there's your hot tip.
I'm trying to imagine the day where that's where I want to be. Of just like
I know.
little
It's
bit
very
tipsy,
specific.
definitely caffeinated, but that does sound delicious. Yeah.
It's like
Oh
a
my
midday
God.
weekend adventure. I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that any other day.
Oh man, now I'm so curious about that specific drink.
Right?
Cool. All right, late night coffee spots. Well, my hack this month is, if you didn't know, January and February happen to be the cheapest months to travel out of Portland. And there are over 80 direct flights out of PDX. I have so many friends who take calculated vacations during this time of year to take advantage of the deals. And this is like the time they go to Puerto Vallarta, or like this is when I go to Palm Springs. And I always thought it was funny that I'm like, oh, why? And it's like, oh yeah, because nobody's traveling. Everyone's already like done. They're like, we've traveled for the holidays. And so airports are just like, but what if you did? But what if it was really cheap? So if you're curious, if you're just like, I would love to see the sun for a weekend, flypdx.com/nonstop destinations, and you can go pretty much anywhere in California. Like if you just want to go to California, or like we have a direct flight to Guadalajara, Mexico, which is our sister city. And sometimes the tickets are like $200 round trip.
Wow, round
So-
trip.
That's amazing.
It's pretty amazing. So just give it a shot. Go check it out. This is basically for people who maybe have a few days that they did not already spend, you know, a little PTO there. And maybe you just want to 4 days, you know, just have the sun hit your head. Sometimes you just need that to survive for the next 3 months. Go check it out. It's pretty cool.
Claudia, is this your way of telling us that you're about to go on vacation?
Yeah. and by the way, haven't
She's like,
marked it.
and I'm out.
Haven't marked it. Don't know. I'm just going to be sick for 4 days in a row.
You can just feel it already.
Yeah, I'm just like, I think the flu's coming, you guys. So anyhow, I hope some of these hacks are helpful. Now we're at the point where we talk about, of all the things we listed, which is our favorite or the thing we will do together. So what do you guys think?
Oh my gosh. I think we got to get breakfast together at some point.
RJ's.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are
RJ's
2
is
breakfast
really
spots on
like
this.
really making it work for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to RJ Skillets.
How about this? Let's stay up all night drinking coffee,
Okay.
and then we'll go to RJ Skillets.
That just sounds like a terrible day, but okay. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I'll just order the mole enchiladas just to top that day off.
Okay, maybe RJ's after sleeping.
Okay, great.
Yay.
Oh, man. Awesome. Well, thanks you guys for hanging out. I hope that something that we said will inspire you to just do something a little different this January. I know it's hard, you guys. Winter can be hard for those who aren't goths. You know, there's a lot of us that are not goth or who isn't John, who just loves going to the mountain and you go all like literally in the evenings just for fun. And there's some people who just can't do that. So I hope one of these things will help you. I love that mine was like, get out. Just get out. Leave.
Now I'm picturing John skiing in full goth attire.
John. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you guys have anything, anyone listening, if you're just like, oh, this thing or whatever, hit us up, portland@citycast.fm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Claudia. Well, that's all for us today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. Our podcast production team this week was Julia Fiaioni, Shannon Lynch, Zoe Culkin, Laura Tsutsui, and myself. Our newsletter editors were Rachel Monahan and Adrian Gonzalez, and our host is Claudia Meza. I'm executive producer John Notarianni. Original music by Jenny Conley and Stephen Drisos. Additional music by All the Kimonos, as well as Sarah the Instrumentalist, Timothy Infinite, and Gregory David, courtesy of Epidemic Sound, along with Opal 99 and D-May, courtesy of Triple Scoop Music. We'll be back on Monday with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's.